Pop star Jesy Nelson has revealed that she hasn't spoken to her bandmates since she left the girl group Little Mix 2 years ago. So I'm going to throw this one to you, Brenda. When it comes to people you've worked with or ex-colleagues, should you always stay in touch?
I don't think, for me, it's not a thing of should you. Because of my work that I do in musical theatre, every show that I've been in, I have made at least one good friend who is still a friend to this day from 2005 when I started. So I'm happy about that. And I think because that's my majority of my work is there, that's where I'm going to make most of my friends. In this situation, you know, I think what you find is a lot of bands that are manufactured and not organically together, 9 times, even not 10 times out of 10, that's always going to happen. I'm trying to think of one that's still together. You get the hits and then, you know, for one reason or other, that person wanted to sing the lead, that person didn't want to dance, and it's all, unless it's organically put together, I think you're always going to get this. So, unfortunately, it's life, isn't it?
Which I suppose is the same in any workplace, isn't it? Whether you're in an office or a factory or wherever you are, you're brought together with these people.
I think that I do make friends very easily, and Lincoln will say to me, "Oh, my God, you got a black cab for half an hour and now you're going to Ibiza with the whole family." It's just ridiculous because he's not somebody that makes friends very easily. I trust everyone until they break my trust. Lincoln trusts no one until they gain his trust. So we sort of yin and yang each other. So I'm like you. I usually make a friend. But I think sometimes as well, if there's one bad apple in a situation, it can scar the whole memory for me. So I did a job a few years ago, a tour, and there was one person who made my life a misery. Never had that in 40 years. And I sort of didn't really keep any friends from that because the whole experience was tarnished by that one bad apple. I kind of want to forget about it because I was so unhappy and so miserable. But generally, you know, when I used to drink, I'm 11 years sober today, by the way.
Well done.
Thank you. But when I used to drink, I was like, they used to call me the Pied Piper of Soho because it was like, do-do-do-do-do-do. I would gravitate all of these sort of people and hangers-on, and so it was quite nice to do a cull when that happened. And obviously I've got my close friends, but I do like meeting new people and lots of acquaintances.
I suppose I kind of keep a line between, I don't know where you are on this, Janet, between friends and professional friends. And I mean, that sounds awful and false. I don't mean that. But, you know, in a work scenario, you've got to have a good relationship with people. But I don't collect friends easily in that way.
Why are you pointing at me?
No, because you said... because you said that you collect friends easy, whereas I don't. I mean, I've got my friends and then I've got my professional friends who I might like, but there's still a difference, you know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. And if you've been the boss...
Don't worry, Brenda.
Don't worry, you lot. Actually, Denise is talking to me. She never used to.
I agree with you. But there's a reason for that.
Changes.
There's been big
Oh, no,
I don't
please don't do this
when
to
you
me.
say professional friends, I've got all of you, I've got your phone numbers and I talk to you...
You're my friend?
Yeah.
You're my friend.
No, I referred to you as friends.
Not professional...
No, but I mean...
You are my friends! Don't start being erotic, Denise. Don't mess it up.
No, but I just...
Honest,
Go on, Janet.
If I'm honest, when I've been in a work situation where I've been the boss, you can't be pally. You can't have a close friend amongst the workforce because the other 99% will hate your guts. They'll just think that person's life will be made a misery in a lot of work situations. I've got a really close group of friends, some of whom that I've done TV shows with years ago, but generally the people who I, you know, work with, especially when I was an executive, no, I'm not friends with because I had to do so much dirty dealing to get ahead of them at work. Lots of sneaky little tricks that I wouldn't expect them to be my friends. But I have got lots...
Brenda's getting really worried.
No. I'm talking about male executives. You know, the men at work who you have to kind of push out of the way to get up the pyramid of power. But I've got close friends that go back 50 years. And one of my closest friends, when I got a job as a newspaper editor, she dropped me overnight.
Why?
And never spoke to me again. Because her husband explained that I made her feel inadequate and that she felt that her life was his wife and that was it.
So sad.
It was dreadful. I
shame.
speak to her daughters, I speak to her husband, I speak to her ex-husband, the one before, but not to her.
Oh,
And then
it's
she
such a
got
shame, isn't
sick
it?
and she died, and I still hadn't spoken to her. And it was an awful story for me.
Yeah.
I just couldn't understand it. I kept thinking I'd done something wrong.
It wasn't you, it was what you represented.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
and I
her.
think
That's such a shame.
I think it's hard for other women to accept in a friendship, if one suddenly gets a wonderful job, it's tough on the other one.
Yeah.